It's Week 12 of the National Football League.
And all eyes are on Tre'Davious White, who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season.
It's the Rams and the Eagles on Sunday night.
While the sun is set, there's still plenty of light in the stadium for this prime-time contest. We've waited all day for this one, haven't we, Brock? It's time for the NFL on EA Sports. Thanks for joining us, everyone. With my partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. And like so many matchups in the NFL, Brock, our focus goes right to the quarterbacks in this one. Both of these guys, players who've been around the league now for some time, they've definitely established themselves as veterans who know how to win football games.
Yeah, I think the word of the day, Kate, is definitely experience. Two guys who've been through the season several times over, have seen a lot at this point in their career.
Jake Elliott is out, ready to kick this one away. And here we go from L.A. Return starts at the 3. He stopped on the return at the 27. So the Rams offense getting out there for their opening drive of the game. And they're brought out by the 16-year pro, rebounded from an injury last season, Matthew Stafford.
Last week, Kate, you won't call his effort wasted, never. But you wish a game like that would have come in a win instead of showing up in a contest they ended up dropping. 2 touchdowns, no picks. That's the type of game that wins are typically built off of.
And before we get our first snap, Brock, we got our first penalty. Somebody moved.
False start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Working from the gun, here's Stafford. Renfro on the catch. And he's going to be brought down up at the 28-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, Kate, we see this all the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
And that one hits the deck. No fear from them trying to go deep on 3rd down. You love that. Don't love the fact they couldn't connect. 4th down coming up. The Rams are set to punt. Back deep for the Eagles, Britton Covey. Fair catch called for, and he brings it in. Looks like right at about the 29-yard line. So here are the Eagles now for their first drive. They're led out by a QB coming into his 5th NFL season out of Oklahoma. It's Jalen Hurts.
And he wonders, he's about to take his first snap today. Yeah, he took care of the football last week, Kate. That was great, no interceptions. But just the 1 touchdown. Be curious if he cranks up that aggressive knob today.
So the officials are officially on board tonight. For the first time, a flag flies. Somebody moved early. So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker. They run for the first time with a rookie from Clemson, and he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Gets it to Paris Campbell. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for an Eagles first down.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Out of the gun, a give to Shipley. And he gets up for a gain of about 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Oh, saw some movement there. That's going to cost them 5.
False start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Completed over the middle. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
He's on the... And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
I think his decision-making wrote a check that his legs couldn't catch this time. This QB can run, and he's ranging, looking for space, looking for an outlet. But there was none to be had. No escape route available this time.
Now on 4th down, on comes Braden Mann to boot this away for the Birds. And he'll bring in this fair catch at the 13. So no return on that punt. And the Rams will take possession. The Rams headed back after their second drive now. And they haven't gotten very far into their opening script yet, have they? Just a 3 and out to begin this game. Stafford now on 1st down. Finds a seam down the middle. Reaches the 40. Hits the 20. He goes the distance. Touchdown, LA! The Rams go up 6-0 here in the first. Cooper Kupp the touchdown. That score was less about the throw, although it was good, partner, but it was more about getting it to somebody who knew exactly what to do with it.
Well, Kate, it's a good thing the touchdown shows up on both their stat sheets, because sometimes, well, it's quarterback who delivers. And sometimes it's the effort after the catch that really makes the magic happen.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. On the return, Britton Covey. He stopped on the return at the 27. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. That pass complete to Goddard. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. As this play ends, we see someone in some discomfort out there. Oh, that's the tight end, Dallas Goedert, who they're coming out to look at. 2nd and 3 now. Wow, wide open here, complete. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. They'll get 18 yards there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
From the pistol, Hurts. That one doesn't find its man, incomplete. He was looking for A.J. Brown there. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down. Hurts throwing again. Has a man, it's Brown. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down. Hurts setting up to throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. So unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
2nd down, Hurts throwing again. He's got Devontae Smith. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tre'Davious White there on the stop. They come to the line here, and this is 3rd and 6. Hurts looking to throw. That's caught for the 1st. It's a Philadelphia touchdown. So the offense showing a slightly different dimension there, Brock, getting the running back involved with his hands for the touchdown.
Yeah, such an advantage. I think when you think about it, Kate, it really is about the 80s where we start to see these running backs not just tote the ball as runners, but be real weapons when they get the ball in the passing game.
Yeah.
That's well done.
Now Jake Elliott on to attempt the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Eagles tie this game 7-7. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. He's stopped on the return at the 27. The Rams and receiver Cooper Kupp taking the field once again. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They fake the handoff now, Stafford. Kupp on the catch. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. Throwing now on first down, Stafford. Finds him over the middle. He's got a gain of 6 there. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, it's Stafford. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 4.
Now Stafford again. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. The Eagles and quarterback Jalen Hurts ready to go once more on offense. And they've been willing to both call runs for him and let him ad-lib as he sees fit. He's top 5 for rushing yards by a quarterback this season. From the gun, Shipley gets it. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Into the hands of Campbell. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Ball on the 45, 1st and 10. Handoff now to Shipley. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That tackle made by Kobe Turner. He gets a couple on first, and they'll come up 2nd and 8. From the 48. To the sideline and intercepted. No, it's incomplete. He had the pick, just couldn't hang on, though. And this drive lives on to see 3rd down. Running back sent in motion. On 3rd down, it's Hurts. Hits him on the out route. And he's brought down at the line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the fourth down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
This offense headed back to the field, led by their receiver. And they've had a real connection looking his way in our opening half. Seems pretty clear that he's the one the coverage is going to have to adjust to and start slowing down. On first down, here's Stafford. Able to find Nacua here. And this one doesn't go far.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Finds his back, Kyren Williams. And he's brought down after a short gain. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Eagles will take possession. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Escapes the... Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Oh, they got it back. They can try and salvage something. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
Hits him on the in route. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first. So now here's 3rd and 5. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Short throw is dropped. This one's incomplete.
I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or he just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual at this level to see a drop pass unless there's a hit involved.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And this looks like it got just inside the 20 as it flew out, and indeed it did. They're putting the ball at the 19-yard line. The offense returning to the field now as we get a look at their wideouts. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. We'll get an injury stoppage. That's one of the Rams who's pretty shaken up and being tended to. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Putting a receiver in motion. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
Down at the 26. That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
They're going play action. Then he's off the mark there. Too far behind him to adjust. That brings up 4th down.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. We don't get a return out of that punt. And they're going to take over possession. 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now the Eagle offense headed back out to the field. 1st and 10, here's Hurts. This finds Smith. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. 16 yards on the play. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
1st down throwing for Hurts. That's complete. Here's Brown. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Scoreboard showing 7s on each side. We'll return to Inglewood in just a moment. Ready now for our second quarter. The Eagles have the football. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. He's on the move. And he breaks even, but that's it. Brought down at that line of scrimmage. That tackle made by Kobe Turner. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Hurts now from the gun. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Here's Hurts. Has a man. It's Brown. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10. Back to throw, Hurts. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And the Rams are going to have it. And he's going to hang on to that football. That's his first career interception.
That's so cool. He really did it all for him, didn't he? First he forced the turnover, and then he set them up in a better spot with a really nice return. Yeah, he had designs on doing the scoring for him, too. One more move, and he might have broken it for 6.
Out come the Rams on offense. And this certainly isn't the rut they want to be in, Brock. All of their drives have been ending in punts as of late. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. Completed over the middle. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And with 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. He's got it over the middle. And they're going to touch him down after a short pickup. Eagles with an extra man in the secondary for this 3rd down. Here's Stafford. Catch is made down the right sideline. Touchdown, Los Angeles! The Rams parlay the interception into points. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
Point after converted from Cardi. And the Rams break that tie and now lead by 7. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Eagles about set to go on offense. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. On the give, here's Shipley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Hurts. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Shipley now up the middle. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
You love a huddle? Kate, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
They kick the running back in motion. On 1st down, Hurts. Hauled in left side. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for in 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Straight ahead with Shipley. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Call it 7 yards on the play, and that's enough for the 1st down.
Okay, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys...
It's another 1st half mistake. He's intercepted again. Darion Kendrick with the pick. And it's a touchdown as he brings it back for the pick 6. Went to the oh well one too many times, Brock, and this time the defense was ready for it.
Yeah, you make as many catches as he has in this game, you're going to attract some extra attention. They knew it was probably going his way in the near future, and they had somebody there waiting for it that time.
Cardi now for the PAT. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Rams double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Covey now to return this. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Philadelphia getting ready to go on offense. And Brock, I know the goal is always points every drive, but I think just as big a goal, gotta play clean football here. You cannot give it away for a 3rd consecutive possession.
Yeah, we call that rebuilding some confidence in yourself as a group, right? Just to execute without the mistakes. Pros, you can shake off a turnover with ease, but back-to-back, even the seasoned vets have a little trouble getting past that.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. A throw left side, caught by Brown. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. New slate of downs to approach here from the 40. He'll get this one to Brown. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Ball start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Offense to the line for 2nd down. Running it after the penalty. A flag's down as he stops. Looks like this one's on the offense.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
A game they were pretty happy with goes away via the penalty. And now we're going to wait to see how they respond. Here we go. 2nd and very long. Taken in by Smith. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Got to figure out this 3rd down here. Hurts throwing again. into the hands of Campbell. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter, but they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he'll get under this one and make the fair catch at the 19-yard line. No return on that punt. And it's going to be their football coming up. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Williams. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
And not much doing. He stopped quickly. After the play, we've got a guy in some pain, and this is a worrying one. Cooper Kupp getting looked at. Remember, he's missed time in recent seasons with injury. Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Throwing the out route complete. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the 1st.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity. Man, did he make an impact play.
They're set up at the 35 now. On 1st down, here's Stafford. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Hey, Kate, I know it's unrealistic to expect a 100% completion rate from anywhere on the field. But in this close, you really shouldn't be missing too many throws. Those need to be borderline automatic.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. It was Reed Blankenship making the stop. 3rd and 6 for them to figure out now.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
Back to throw, here's Stafford. That's incomplete left side. Looking for his wide receiver there. And now they're up against it here on 4th down. Ethan Evans on down to punt. And this is going to be his 4th effort tonight. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. Fair catch hauled in at the 18-yard line. The Eagles ready for their next series, led out on offense by their quarterback. And we're all hoping his hot start can continue. He's been putting up some numbers early in this contest. This is Shipley. And he'll take this forward to the 20 before they take him down to the turf. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. He's got Smith. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Shotgun snap for Hurts. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. A play fake, now Hurts to throw. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. Touchdown, Philadelphia. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. And you got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up, and you can find pay dirt.
Extra point up and good by Elliott. And the Eagles chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. Nothing for him on that play as we've hit the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Now Stafford to throw. Fires right away, but incomplete.
I hate those situations, Kate, as a QB. I'm looking for an open passing lane, and I can't find one anywhere. He thought he had one available. Defense did a better job of knocking it away.
Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. Without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
At the Eagles' 42-yard line.
Now Stafford again. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 2.
Throwing now, Stafford. It's taken in by Williams. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play.
Here we go. Here's one of those game situations that just puts a smile on my face because I can think from Pop Warner to the NFL. Everybody on the field's thinking the same thing. Can we go for it? Can we get one more shot as you end up just short on that 3rd down?
1st and 10 now with all of 15 seconds left to utilize in this half. They'll turn to the ground game and just run this clock out. Doesn't get much beyond the line, a yard at most. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. Just a yard on the run, and we've reached the end of our first half.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. As mentioned, this is the EA Sports Halftime Report. Time to take a look around the NFL and find out what's going on this fine Sunday.
We'll get our tour started out at Venerable Soldier Field in Chicago, where it was the visitors from the north, the Vikings, who were able to get the road victory. J.J. McCarthy, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. From there, let's head west to see what's going on with the Raiders at home in Las Vegas. And they were winners in that one as they take care of the visiting Denver Broncos. Gardner Minshew, sharp in the victory, as his guys get back within a game of 500. Finally, on Monday night, Ravens and Chargers from SoFi at 5:15 local time. The Rams got a nice throwback performance from their veteran quarterback, Matthew Stafford. His 2 touchdown passes helped pave the way for his guys to take this lead into the intermission. We saw a couple of high-octane offenses getting it done in the first half. Both teams had no problems moving the football. And you'd have to think, the team whose defense shows up in the second
Rams
half
kicking team
is going to be the
ready,
one who
and they're
walks
gonna send
out of
this
here
one away.
with a victory.
Covey now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And this is some quality film review right here. Look at this. Couple of touchdowns, good amount of yards, too. He's been moving them down the field like only he can, putting together quite the game for himself in the process. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Now a run by Shipley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
And he pushes it up across the 30 before going out.
There's no negatives ever on a grade sheet for a completion, but that's one of those situations. If you're going to take a risk and throw an out route, you'd sure like to see a little bit more yardage gained.
Caught by the open man. At the 20. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles cut into the lead coming out of halftime. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
Elliott on now to attempt the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles tie this game at 21. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. Possession switching back to the LA offense as they head out. It's all squared up again following that touchdown, partner, so some added importance on this series. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Stafford from the gun. Hits him on the out route.
Can't cover it much better than that really well covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
A handoff for Williams, running left. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
He thought he had the timing down and could make the play, but just a hair too early.
Still 1st down.
So they'll only need 5 now after that neutral zone infraction penalty. They pick the handoff now, Stafford. And not a great choice on 1st down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted actually, so 2nd down coming up.
Brings up 2nd down and 5 yards to go.
Working from the gun, here's Stafford. He goes back to him yet again, complete. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield.
1st down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Stafford now. Short pass brought in. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, just find a way to get him the ball.
And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. It's a gain of 12 there. And the Rams are going to have a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
To throw, Stafford. Nowhere really for him to go. He steps out. They're going to lose some yardage.
He steps out.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on first down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on second down.
Able to find Renfro here. And they haul him down just a foot or two shy of the red zone. They're now set for 1st and 10.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 21-yard line.
Give to Williams from the gun. And he manages to reach the 19 before he stopped. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the Eagles' 19-yard line.
From the 19. Ooh, would have been a big gainer if they connected, but they could not. Instead, 3rd down coming up. Here's Stafford. He has it at the 5. And this is down all the way to the 3. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Williams goes the wrong way and is going to lose several here.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Stafford drops back, needs an open man.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
3rd and goal, it's Stafford. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted, it's gonna be 4th down.
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Slide's kick is up and good. And they've taken back the lead.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Has this at the 6. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. So following the return, looks like somebody's shaken up. Trainers out to determine how severe this may be. Eagles in a good spot here as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Now Hurts. Has a man, it's Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Hurts now from the gun. And that's incomplete. Wanted to dial up the aggressiveness there like that, but couldn't connect. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10.
Hurts. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And it's good yardage, but they tackle him short of the sticks.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field and keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow. A dependable kicker, man, that is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently, because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
This return makes it up to the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Stafford back to throw. Throw left side, complete. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Pickup of 12 on that play. And it brings up an LA first down.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Before the snap, some early movement. Let's see which side gets tagged with a penalty.
Encroachment, defense.
Broke the plane before the snap, and that's going to give the offense some free yardage.
Still 1st down.
Now talk about a golden opportunity at an immediate 1st down following that encroachment flag. They'll run here following the penalty. And he's stopped. Now we'll wait to hear what this flag is all about.
Holding, offense.
So now, partner, got to reevaluate what to do on this next snap because the holding call pushes him back quite a ways. They go with Williams on the counter. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
Shotgun snap to Stafford. Cup on the catch. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Cooper DeJean with the stop. A less than ideal 3rd and 8 here.
3rd and 8.
Throwing now from the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
The Rams are set to punt. And this effort's going to give him an even half dozen tonight. And he sends this away. Definitely his best kick of the game thus far. Fair catch called for and made just outside the 20. And after the punt, the offense comes out onto the field. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. Bails out of... And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
It's 2nd down.
So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag.
Ball start, offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. Into the hands of Campbell. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Tackle made by Ernest Jones. This offense looking to convert as they come up on 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He lofts it deep left. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And now they're staring at 4th and long. The Eagles are in punt formation. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Call that punt a 52-yard effort. And the Rams will be loving their field position they have to begin this drive. 1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. He gets this one to Nacua. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. James Bradbury up from the secondary for that tackle. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Straight ahead with Williams. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that 3rd down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in their pocket for a later occasion.
On 1st down, here's Stafford. And this one too far in front of him. It's incomplete. Puka Nacua the target on that throw. And it sets up 2nd down. Running right, it's Williams. And as they bring him down, let's check the penalty flag.
Holding offense.
Well, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. Renfro on the catch. He gets it ahead, winds up with about 3. C.J. Gardner-Johnson there on the tackle. Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down. Back to throw, here's Stafford. That pass caught by Renfro. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
I know on the stat sheet, Kate, that shows up as passing yards, but any defensive coordinator will take it. Understanding down and distance and keeping that offense short of the sticks.
A 52-yard attempt.
That's the end of the 3rd on Sunday night. It's been a high-scoring game so far, but we're still tied 24-all to begin the final frame. This one of the biggest moments of the game for Joshua Carty. From the right hash, 52 yards out. Got all of it, and this is good! And they take the lead in the 4th quarter.
Well, I tell you what, you get to this time of the game, you've got to have that reliable kicker on the sideline to turn things over to. That's the definition of clutch right there as they take the lead.
Starting from the 5. Finds some space, he's past the 30. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down. The visitors are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. First play, they go quick out to the left, complete. And he's down after getting this up to the 41.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
He'll take the option to the right on... Fights off a tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. Picked up by the Rams.
Illegal block in the back. Offense.
So the defense decides to decline the penalty. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Able to find Nacua here.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
From the gun, a carry by Williams. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. Well, that throw, Kate, pretty clean out of his hand. Just looked like it didn't get through the defense clean enough. Somebody tips it away and saves a potential completion.
Stafford to throw again on second. That's Kupp on the slant. And a nice gain here, but it stopped short of the first.
That's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and 2.
3rd and just 2 to go. Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. Pass caught, 9-yard line. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your 3rd downs. It's the money down, and nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
1st down from the red zone. And he finds him in the end zone for an LA touchdown. The Rams capitalize on the turnover and add to their lead. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Cardi with the extra point. And the Rams make it a 10-point ball game. The Rams kicking team is ready, and they're going to send this one away. Return coming from the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this 2nd half. On 1st down, Hurts. He'll just huck this one into row C, and some lucky fan is going to haul in a heck of a souvenir. So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Hurts to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Hurts setting up to throw. That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete. He can't hang on to the pass. And that brings up 4th and long. Their punter making his way out now. And this will mark his 5th kick of the night. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And the Rams will take possession. Markers reset, ball at the 37. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. Cut out left. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
That's just discipline with a capital D. The play in the huddle is a running back screen, but it takes discipline for that offensive line to not get downfield. Discipline for that receiver to stay alert, stay aware that he's a viable option as well.
That's one he knows he should have had. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
And 8 yards to go.
Stafford from the gun. Coverage holds up, and he just had to get rid of it.
That was a situation where he got the time in the pocket he needed. There just wasn't anyone open to throw it to. It got to the point he had 2 choices as that clock is going off in his head. Force a throw and risk a pick, or just get rid of it and cut your losses on the play.
And he calls for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 14-yard line. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. 1st down throwing for Hurts. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
Boy, offenses that connect in this intermediate zone are so effective. Getting a completion in that area, it not just sparks your offense, but it just turns that aggressive meter way up. They just couldn't quite find the connection.
And he'll get this up to the 18-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
On third down, it's Hurts. Makes the grab in bounds, left side. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he has it to the 42 before they make the stop. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Now there's the flag. Looks like the jump came from the left side of the line.
False start, offense.
So tough to stay set when you've got defenders doing everything they can to make you jump, and, well, they got one of them to move that time. Short side option here. He's running left. Escapes a defender. Wow, it's free again. Oh, and they get it back. The play's still live. They got 24 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Hurts now from the gun. And he let his man just a little too much there. That's an incomplete pass.
That is normally a gimme for this offense, these short throws. But the defense, well, they had just enough influence on that play to force the incompletion.
Dumped off to his running back. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That pass, it did put him in a position where he had to shake a defender. That's all you want. Give me a one-on-one. And he is capable of doing it, but not against that dude. That defender could not be shook, and he knocked him back across the line.
False start, offense.
There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost him 5 yards. He's going left on the option, and he can't find the lane before being wrapped up in the line. No gain on the run, so now they face fourth down.
Don't laugh at me, Kate. I almost wish there was an actual white flag on either sideline we could see waving in this spot, because that was an easy mop-up for the defense to force fourth and long. This is a case of, well, just get what you can on the way out the door, Kate. It's already out of reach. Just take the 3, let your kicker get some points, and make it a hair closer in the box score.
Kickoff taken at the 3. Finds some space, he's past the 30. And he manages the 35 before they can stop him. Now LA getting its offense all set to go. They come in on a little 2-game skid, Brock, but in control of this one so far. Here's Williams to start the drive. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs. First and 10, ball set up at the 48.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Draw play, this is Williams. And he reaches midfield and starts driving into Eagles territory. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on first down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
Brings up 2nd and 3 at the 45-yard line.
They send Nakua in motion left. Running for the marker on 2nd. And he's brought down for a loss.
Hey, look, in the right situation, you catch a team off guard. Well, this could be a tremendous play for some big yards. But in the wrong situation, you get hit in the mouth right behind the line of scrimmage.
It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, Kate, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. So this one carries all the way to the sideline and out. No chance to make a play on that, and they'll take over at the 16-yard line. The visitors and A.J. Brown getting set for another look on offense here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And as he accumulates catches this season, Brock, some have stuck out to us more than most, and we had one of them on that last drive as he's reached a significant milestone for himself this year. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4.
Now Hurts. So this one on the defense.
Pass interference. Defense.
He got too aggressive to try and stop that play, and they tag him for pass interference. 1st and 10. Here's Hurts. He's got Smith. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped.
Complete to number 6. Devontae
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
brings up 2nd and 5 at the 33-yard line.
From the gun, Shipley gets it. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
Taken in by Smith. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I got to be honest with you, Kate. That's an occasion where a drop would have been a whole lot better than a completion. Couldn't find the way back to the line, and it's a rare pass that actually loses yardage.
Running back sent in motion. 2nd and 13. Campbell hauls it in. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. It's the 2-minute warning here in L.A. Eagles down by 7. Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. He'll throw it. This gets the 1st and more. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that's a Philadelphia 1st down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
They're set up at the 35 now. Setting up to pass. Anticipated the quick staccato pass there. It's knocked away. Incomplete. Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. Back to throw. This finds Shipley. Complete. And he's got it down to the 30 before going out. Here they come. This is 3rd and 5. Looking to throw it. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Wow, it's free again. But it bounces out of bounds, so they'll retain possession. Pick up a 5 on that play. Now hang on, they want to take another look at this play, and a very important call coming up late in this game. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. He'll look to throw it. Too far out of the back of the end zone it goes. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they face 2nd down. Here he is to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he gets in. Touchdown, Philadelphia! The Eagles cut it to a point late in this one. So they get the all-important touchdown here late in the game, Brock. Now the question, play for the tie or go for 2 and the lead?
And I know they've got all these charts and numbers and analytics to tell you what to do, but this comes down to the gut and the trust of the head coach. Does he trust his offense more to go get this 2-point conversion, or is he going to lean in his defense and believe that they can get the stop?
That one splits the uprights. And the Eagles bring it back to even. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Rams back out on offense as we see Kyren Williams again. And as some running lanes have closed, he's just found some new ones. Continuing to hit this defense, more good numbers well into this second half. Stafford now on first down. Finds him over the middle. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. Clock continuing to run as the Rams hurry to the line. Shotgun snap to Stafford. Chased out to his right. And he's tackled with the first down yardage. Clock continuing to run as the Rams hurry to the line. On first down, here's Stafford. Short pass brought in. He reaches the sideline, clock stops, but the defense holds him to a gain of maybe 6 or 7.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Second and 4. Hits him on the out route. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. To throw.
It's 3rd and 1.
That's caught for the first. Well, Brock, 4 quarters couldn't decide a winner, and now we're set up for an exciting conclusion to this contest. Overtime is coming up next. All right, so in overtime, Brock, we could see 1 possession or we could see 3+. If the team who gets it first scores, the game ends then and there. A field goal or less, and we play on, and their opponents get a chance to respond. And if we're still tied after those first 2 possessions, this soccer chick likes this. It's golden goal football, Brock. The next score would win. Gotta block that missed kick from their minds and refocus. Still a win to be had as overtime has begun. Covey now to return this. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Eagles ready to set up shop on offense. And they fought hard, not just against their opponents on the field, Brock, but the tens of thousands of opponents in the stands. And it's led him to a chance to now silence everybody here in overtime. It was there, he just couldn't corral it. So it's second down coming up. Shotgun snap for Hurts. He fires one deep down the right sideline. He was looking for Dallas Goedert there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. Operating from the gun, here's Hurts. And once again, they can't connect. Trying to find A.J. Brown. And they're going to be stuck with a 4th and long. Punting unit out now. Collects this at the 32. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. Now, elsewhere on the return, there's an injured player in need of some attention, which he will get as trainers head his way. Good field position for the Rams as they get ready. 1st and 10. Man in motion here. Williams now on 1st and 10. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10. At the 40-yard line.
They stay on the ground with Williams. And this is a nice gain that stopped at the 47. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
Working from the gun. Here's Stafford. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. The Rams are set to punt. And in overtime, this has to be struck well. Somebody give this guy a break as he sends his 10th punt away. So this one will go out of bounds, and they'll start the drive inside their own 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Philadelphia's offense back out for another drive. Each offense has had a chance to score now, Brock. Neither one could, so we're in a sudden death. The next score wins it.
And wouldn't it be great, Kate, if we saw one of these defenses just take a turnover back for the winning touchdown? Really just surprise everybody here.
Love
It'll be a little tougher to do now, though. Both offenses a little more settled in, and you've got to imagine a little more sense of urgency.
It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down. Hurts setting up to throw. This finds Smith. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
They like to say it's about the Jimmies and the Joes. I think that's about the X's and the O's. That's a well-drawn-up completion that nets them a 1st down.
1st and 10 from the 41. Out of the gun, it gives to Shipley. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Now, after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. Again, it's Shipley. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Ball start. Offense.
One of the most common penalties in the sport, and the reaction, it's the same every time, Brock. Frustration from the coach as they get backed up 5 yards. 1st down read option. He keeps it running right. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. We've got a timeout as they rush out to treat an injured player. And no, this is not what anyone wanted to see. Jalen Hurts, the one injured on that play. First throw for the backup now. And that's Smith on the slant. And he's across midfield into Rams territory. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
And it's 3rd down.
To throw, Pickett. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back him up and bring up 4th down. They'll bring out the punter here. And in overtime, he needs to make this a good one. Ooh, it's away, but he knows he mishit that one. Headed for the sideline. And no chance at a return as this one heads across the sideline at the 25-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. The Rams headed out to the field now. They've got a man in motion. Throwing now on 1st down, Stafford. It's taken in by Williams. And he's tackled for no gain.
Defense all over that throw. You could just smell it. They just smelled that football coming their way, and that's as good as an incompletion. And they're going to be in a good spot, 2nd down coming up.
Complete, it's Atwell. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. He'll move the sticks after ripping off a gain of 28.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Up the gut they go with Williams. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
Well, no springing a big play on that one. It's just going to simply be used as a setup play, whether that's another run or eventually what I love, setting up a play-action pass off that counter action.
Stafford from the gun. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get 2 hands on it the next time.
And he let his man too much there, Brock. Incomplete. 4th down coming up. The Rams are set to punt. And this needs to be a good one. And that's out. We're just waiting for the spots. They're going to say it cleared the sideline over top the 14. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. This offense ready to get going again now. Well, their last drive, not the one they want to replicate after they were forced to punt it away. And he'll knife his way through for a pickup of 4.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
Another one for Shipley. And he's going to be brought down after getting this up to the 22. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2. Pickett to throw. He's going to push one deep down the right. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. They're out now, ready to punt it. Braden Mann will kick it away. Juke the defender. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they're going to take over possession. Back now, pressure on its way. That one's complete, right side. And he'll be taken down, but not until he reaches that 45-yard line. A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. They'll run. This is Williams. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. After the play, we've got a guy in some pain, and this is a worrying one. Cooper Kupp getting looked at. Remember, he's missed time in recent seasons with injury. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Another run for Williams. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again. Now, I think they're going to have to stop things here. Yep, and they just did. One of the Rams is hurt, is going to need some help out there. Here he is to throw. Complete beyond the marker. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout, as they'll be left with just one more to work with here in OT. This entire contest rests on his next kick. From the left hash, about 31 yards out. The kick is good. He got it. And they've taken back the lead.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
So make a check in that win column for the Rams. And they only needed to set him up with a shot to connect and win it with 3, and his aim was true to make it happen and put an end to this competitive ball game. So for Brock Huard, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Rams are winners as we say goodbye from Los Angeles.